Hey guys, this video is going to be about the upcoming League of Legends patch, which is coming out sometime this week. I'm going to be covering all of the patch notes and not just the ones that they feature on the Riot's YouTube channel. So yeah, I'm going to try and make it as quick as possible, so I probably won't read out everything. So if you want, you can pause the video anytime to read the notes. So yeah, first of all, they fixed the bug of Ashe where it wasn't draining mana properly when she was using Frost Shot. They've nerfed Brand a little bit this week. They've reduced the range in his conflagration and the damage on his Pillar of Flames, which should hopefully balance him out a little bit. Caitlyn, they fixed the bug where she still fires at Ace in the Hole, which is her ultimate on Karthus or Kog'Maw after they've died. So hopefully now this won't put her ultimate back on cooldown like it does at the moment, which is pretty frustrating. They smoothed out the animation, it seems, on Cho'Gath once he's stacked a few stacks on his feast. Ezreal has now received a little buff, like his Essence Flux spell now breaks shields, which I think what this means is it automatically breaks shields like Morgana's shields, Janna's shield, Sion's shield, etc, etc, regardless of how much damage it does, which should make him good in lane early game, especially against counter guys like Sion, because his shield is pretty powerful. Garen, it seems that they're trying to balance him out a little bit early game. They've reduced his damage slightly on his judgment, but they've increased his bonus attack damage ratio slightly. So yeah, it should be interesting to see how that plays out. Jarvan, they've added the targeting ring to his ultimate, and they fixed the bug apparently where his ultimate wasn't dealing enough damage that is supposed to at rank 2 and 3. So hopefully that should make Jarvan more usable, because at the moment I like Jarvan, but they've kind of nerfed him a bit and like he's a bit buggy, and I just kind of stopped using him for a while. So hopefully I'll give him a try after this and see if he's worth using again. Karma, they've also done a bug fix with apparently a summoner spell would sometimes consume her mantra charge, which I'm not quite sure about that, but yeah, apparently that was a problem for some people. Kassadin, they've given quite a few buffs this week. They've increased his magic damage resistance, and they've increased the speed in his Null Sphere missile, and also they've increased damage on his Netherblade. So I think what they're trying to do is to get people who play Kassadin like to get more involved in combat, because at the moment they kind of sit back and wait for their cooldowns to all be off, then they kind of burst and then move away and then come back in again. So I think they're trying to make you like stay in a team fight with this new buff. Leona haven't done anything with her this week. They've literally just updated the recommended items for her. Malphite, they've done a bug fix as well. Mordekaiser, they've nerfed apparently. Like, I don't know if it's much of a nerf. I think they just kind of tried to balance him out a little bit. He still seems pretty powerful looking at the stats. So yeah, basically what they've done is make his shield regeneration half when he uses it on minions, and it's still like so basically when it uses it on minions it's half the amount of what it does now. It was still full regeneration when you attack players. It's quite hard to explain, but I'm sure you get what I mean. Also they've reduced the bonus damage on his Meta Spades, and his Siphon of Destruction no longer adds to the shield for each unit hit. So I think what they're basically doing with this is try to stop it from being like a one-man team, because at the moment if you feed Mordekaiser, he can pretty much carry a game all by himself. So I think what they're trying to do is make him easier to harass early game, and also make him not so strong late game. Nidalee is receiving a set of buffs again. She seems to be buffed a lot since the support nerfs. Her pounce cooldown has been reduced, and also her magic resistance when she goes into Cougar form has been increased. Nocturne is being a victim of nerfs again. He's been nerfed so much since he first came out, it's unbelievable. From his he used to have awesome range in his ultimate, and now it sucks. And now they've reduced the Downspeople Horror range, which is his fear skill. Like the leash, you have to I think it's leash for 2 seconds before you fear them. So reducing that as well. So let's see. It'll be interesting to see how much this affects him. It's a slight buff for Nunu this week. They've increased in the basic attack range to 125 from 100, and his consume range is also 125 now. There's also a small buff for Olaf. They've increased his base armor, and his Reckless Swing now has no mana cost. Orianna's been nerfed yet again. She's been nerfed a few times, but she's still been overpowered, so hopefully this nerf should help balance her out a little bit. Poppy is receiving some bug fixes this week for a heroic charge skill, which apparently I haven't even noticed them, to be honest, but apparently they're there. I love playing Poppy. She's like when you get fed with Poppy, it's just game over for the other team. She can literally carry our whole team to victory with her like two shot KOs. Rammus is receiving I wouldn't call them buffs, but they kind of just reworked him a little bit. Like they're slight buffs, but they're not nothing too major. They're just kind of, I don't know what they've done trying to do here. They're just basically making him more sustainable, I guess, early game. And also his defensive ball cowl is like giving you back more magic damage than what it did before, which is good. Because he doesn't really have that much offensive skill, so I'm guessing that's what they're trying to do, is kind of let him do a little bit more damage, because his only offensive skill really is his ultimate, which does quite a good bit of damage, but other than that you have to wait for it to come back off cooldown to actually do any damage to anybody. Which I know is a tank, but a lot of other tanks do have some damage output as well, so I think that's what they're trying to do here. Shaco is just getting a load of bug fixes for his Jack in the Box, but he hasn't actually received any buffs or nerfs. At the moment I feel that Shaco is a bit of a broken champion. I'm not really quite sure what they're trying to do with him. It's kind of confusing whether he's meant to be played as an AD or an AP, and either way he's just too squishy to like be of any use. So hopefully in the next few weeks they'll do something about that. Next gen has received a few buffs this week. Apparently they've now made him be able to jungle, which should be interesting, because I think I've seen like one jungle Shen in the whole time of playing League of Legends, so this should be good to see how it changes like team compositions and layouts and stuff. So yeah. Singed is receiving some small buffs as well. This is pretty much exactly the same as Nunu's, except it's fling instead of his consume. So they're both being increased from 100. His basic attack and his fling have been increased from 100 to 125. I don't know why this week they're buffing Sion, because in my opinion he's got like a 10-second stun and he's like too overpowered at the moment. Anyway, so this is only going to make things worse. They've increased his mana pool because a lot of people seem to be playing him AP, so I think that's what they're trying to do. And they've also increased his movement speed and his attack speed. So yeah, Skarner has been probably one of the worst tier 3 champions out lately, and I think they're trying to fix this with this patch. They've increased his damage a bit, and they've increased his missile speed as well. So let's see what this does this week. Sona was pretty much made useless after the nerfs to the support champions, and they've tried buffing it a bit this week, increasing their heal amount early game, but actually it doesn't heal as much late game, because as you can see when you max it out it's now 120 and it was 125. So, but I suppose the early game changes have been quite significant, so hopefully that should make it a bit more sustainable and people might start playing her again. Taric this week is probably the biggest change. They've reworked all of his skills, and I think what they're trying to do with Taric is make him get more involved in combat, because he is a tanky support, but at the moment he kind of just sits back and waits to stun and lets whoever he's laning with do all the damage. And they've also given him a completely brand new ultimate, which looks kind of cool. It's kind of like a nuke, but it also has like a support element to it, so that's quite interesting. It would be good to see the new Taric players this week and see how he works, and hopefully they'll make him free next week so we can all test out his new skills. And finally we have Vladimir, and they've now made his transfusion count as a single target ability for items such as I can't pronounce this, so I was going to guess it's Relays Crystal Scepter. So yeah, if that's pronounced wrong I apologise, but I have no idea how to say that word. So yeah, and finally I'm going to leave you the general fixes at the back on the last page. You can have a look at this. I'm not going to read these ones out, but you can pause the video here and have a look if you're interested. They're just basically the minor fixes that they're doing this week. So yeah, thanks for watching. Give the video a like and subscribe if you liked this video. I'm probably going to do updates weekly now, so if you want to keep up to date with all the patch news, please do hit the subscribe button. And yeah, take care and peace.